Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. If birth is the limitation of the karma and the results of karma, and if, O Lord, you are the Ishvara beyond dharma adharma, how come then you are born again and again? And when you are born, and for what purpose you are born? These are the three questions. So in the first question, how you are born is the principle of descent of the infinite to the level of finite. Absolute reducing to the relative. The second thing, when does this happen? The time is given, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati tada atmanam srijami aham, then I manifest myself. And what is the purpose? Kimartham? Sadhunam paritranaya and dushkrutam vinashaya. So these three principles were told. And after having told this, now this is the subtlest way of putting the whole thing across. Now this principle is not applicable only to the Lord. It is applicable to every one of us, because there is no difference between the individual self and the total self. And therefore, 9th verse, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Janma and karma. Me divyam. So, what was his janma? What was the birth of the Lord? Ajopi sannavyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhisthaya sambhavami atma mayaya. This is the janma. That means this is as if the Lord is born, in fact never born. So, it's only a drama of taking birth. So, this is divya. The meaning of the root div dhatu, there are 14 meanings, not one. And one of them is kridayam. So, the Lord out of fun, out of the sport, has taken this birth. That means he is not really born. Like on the stage, a character is born as a divine or a wicked, but he is neither of them. He is neither wicked nor divine. He is the ordinary actor earning his bread. So, that birth which is without birth is the divya. It is in a play. It's a drama. So, Janma me divyam maya rupam. Then karma cha. And what is the karma? Karma is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkrutam. So, sadhu paritranadi karma cha me divyam. Divyam means what? Aprakrutam aishwaram. It is not possible for the mortals to have this kind of thing. That means those who are the victims of Prakriti, the Jivas, they are born under compulsion. But me, being beyond the Prakriti, therefore my birth and my karma both are aprakrutam divyam, do not fall in the purview of matter. To understand this, I think I gave an example. The water in the river also moves, and the water in the ocean also moves. Both the places there is a movement. Now, what is the difference between the two movements? In case of river, there is a necessity for the river to reach the destination called as ocean. And with reference to the ocean, has to reach nowhere. Then it is the expression of completeness. So in one place the movement is an expression of incompleteness, and in other place is an expression of completeness. In the same manner, aprakrutam, karma and janma, the birth and activities, karma of the jivas are prakrutam. They are out of necessity. They are functioning under compulsion. Therefore, aprakrutam, Lord's is divyam, and aishwaram. Aishwaram means Ishwarasya, that which belongs to the Ishvara. What is Ishvara? We have seen in our Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Samadhi asansprushtatvam Ishwaratvam. Upadhi, not Samadhi. The one who is untouched by the Upadhi is called as the Ishvara. So, evam yathoktam yaha vetti tattvataha tattvena yathavat. So, he who knows these essentially. Tattvataha means what? The ornaments are having three aspects. One is the name, the wedding ring. Second is the form, the size of the ring finger, there is the form. And third is the essence. So out of these three things, the name and the form, they are not tattva, they are not essence. The wedding ring can be melted, and out of that a divorce ring can be prepared. But the gold remains the gold, it doesn't undergo any change. So tattvataha, that's what is meant here. So yathoktam yaha vetti tattvataha tattvena yathavat. So I know now, Bhagwan Krishna's birth is divine, his activities are divine. Very good. Then Tyatvadeham imam punarjanma punarutpattim na eti na prapnoti mam eti agacchati samucchate he Arjuna. How come it is possible? The birth and the karma of the Lord are divine. And I know this. And then I am liberated. See the subtlety of the thought presentation. Sohan was called. Sohan, please come. And after he comes, he is waiting for some time. And then I ask, hey, who is there? Mohan. Okay, get me a glass of water. Now the onlooker says, how come you have called Sohan and he tells he is Mohan? So what it means? The same person is called by two names, Sohan as well as Mohan. In the same manner, the Lord, the Absolute, His manifestation and functioning in this world is divine. He who knows this essentially, he also is liberated, means what? he is also none other than the same absolute reality. This is the meaning. This is how in Bhagavad Gita you will see the oneness between the seeker and the sought. The duality is never respected. Otherwise, how will I become rich? By knowing that you are rich? See? I become rich only by knowing you that you are rich. Then I must be you. There is no other way out. Therefore, here Bhagavan says, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti. So he who knows this essentially, that means he also comes to know that in fact he is never born. See? Is it not our essential experience? We never have an experience, but we are born. How? Sometime the mood is off, and then we have got a hanging face. What happened? What can happen? Something wrong. What is not wrong? Are you mad? Why underestimate me? One moment, this thing. Second moment, ha ha, hoo hoo. So we are constantly being born and die with reference to getting conditioned by the various upadhis. So at 12 o'clock, a hungry fellow is born. At 2 o'clock, Prajna is born. The Vishwa goes away. Prajna is born. And then again, when the waking state comes, the Vishwa is born, Prajna dies. In this manner, there is a constant birth and death going on. Yaha tattvataha vetti. Now see, he who comes to discover this, and that is waking, dream and deep sleep, waker, the Vishwa, dreamer, the Tejas, the deep sleeper, the Prajna, they are just appearing like bubbles. So there is nothing to feel bad when the bubble gum, bubble breaks. You don't have to feel bad. Never mind again. So, yaha tattvataha vetti. Now see how beautiful it is. So, janma karma cha me divyam. Then what will happen to such a person? He who has discovered that he is never born, naturally he can't have the fear of death. There is no coming, there is no going. Everything is the same. Once I was somewhere in South, and one lady told me while leaving, Swamiji, if you are so much, feeling sorry that you are going, don't you feel sorry to leave us? I said, no, I am very happy. Why should I be sorry? Because when you leave somebody whom you love, therefore you feel sorry. I said, no. You feel sorry when you are going somewhere to an unknown place, to unknown people. I don't go anywhere. Everything is ours. So do you feel sorry when you go out of the drawing room into the bathroom? No. Within the same house. In the same manner. Whether you take yourself to be jiva, going from one body to another body, you are the same. Or you take yourself to be the absolute reality, in which so many bodies have come and gone. So as the jiva, the birth takes place with identification. But as the absolute self, there is no birth, no death. He who knows tattvataha, see how beautiful it is. For him, there is no more birth again. Then karma me divyam. Now what is the divinity, greatness in Bhagavan's karma? That there is no sense of doership. The divinity in the karma is only this. When there is a karma but there is no karta, when there is karma without a doer, it is a divine manifestation. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti. Having discarded the present embodied existence, then punarjanmana eti na prapnoti. He does not again get caught up into these wrong notions of body identification or jiva identification, both. Then what happens to him? Poor fellow lost? No. Mam eti. So he attains me. He attains me means what? He discovers himself to be the absolute self, the absolute reality. As I know myself to be the absolute, he also comes to discover to be the absolute. Meaning, in his knowledge thereafter, there is no I versus you, there is no relativity. Although he is functioning through the relative existence, yet his absolute status is not corrupted. Meaning, mamiti agacchati saha mucchate. Meaning, he is liberated. Thereafter, there is no problem for him whatsoever. So, na esha moksha marga idanim pravrittaha kim tarhi purvam api. Now, what I told you, Arjun, this is not the latest one. See? Na esha moksha marga, this path of liberation, na idanim pravrittaha. Then, kim tarhi purvam api. It has been always there. Now, what is that? Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagataha. Vitaraga bhaya krodhaha manmaya mam upasritaha bahavaha. See how many of them? Many of them, jnana tapasa puta. Those who have purified themselves through the knowledge, madbhavam agataha, they have attained me. So, who are those who have attained the Lord? First, vitaraga bhaya krodhaha. Ragaha cha bhayancha krodaha cha vita vigata yebhyate. So those from whom the desire, anger and fear has gone for good. Vita vigata. Vita means vigata, gone for good. Gata, gam is the dhatu. Gata is ta pratyayanta krudanta. And plural becomes then gataha, gatau, gataha. So, vitaraga bhaya krodha, vita means vigataha. So, it has become a noun. So, those from whom the desire, anger and fear has gone for good. Therefore, the upasarga vi. That means there is no more trace of these three impurities: desire, anger and fear. Then manmaya, brahmavid, ishvara abheda darshinaha. See? So manmaya means they have become one with me. Like, if the coffee is too sweet, Gujarati coffee, it becomes then maya is sugar maya. Our Swami used to give this example, sugar maya. If it is Punjabi coffee, then it is milk maya. So it's only milk, only for the sake of saying this it is coffee. So Gujarat, these Punjabis drink coffee as an excuse to drink milk. Gujaratis drink coffee as an excuse to have sweets. And South Indians, they have got only decoction, solid, bitter one. So, maya, man maya, saturated with me. So, Brahmavidaha, Ishvara, Abheda Darshinaha. So, they are the one who have established themselves in the Brahmatmakya Bodha. Abheda Darshinaha, Ishvara Abheda Darshinaha. Those who do not have the sense of otherness, oneness with the Lord. Mam eva parameshwaram upasritaha. And they are upasritaha, fully surrendered in me and me alone. Who is Parameshwara, who is the Supreme Lord. That means they have now no more any other support. Ashraya is support. They don't take the support of karma. They don't take the support of the yoga. They don't take the support of the devotion. They don't take support of the dharma or anything. But only Parameshwaram Mam Ashritaha Upasritaha. Means what? Kevala Jnana Nishthaha Ityarthaha. That means they are firmly abiding in this knowledge or the experience of oneness with the reality. So, Parameshwaram Upasritaha Kevala Jnana Nishtha Ityarthaha Bahavaha. And they are not one. So, what I told you is not something unique for the first time declared. No. Many of them, Bahavaha. That means there is a possibility for us also. We should not have that, my God, it's very difficult, not for me, no. Bahavaha and Aneke Jnana Tapasa. Now this is very important. Jnanam eva cha Paramatma Vishayam Tapaha Tena Jnana Tapasa. So the knowledge with reference to the Absolute. Paramatma Vishayam Jnanam. So by that knowledge, Putaha, Param Shuddhim Gataha. So Putaha means they have become immaculate, totally pure. Now what is the purity? Purity is where there is no sense of otherness and where there is no sense of limited existence. That is the ultimate purity. Like, suppose on a white cloth, if there is some spot, so we call it, hey, what is that red thing? Looks very funny, remove that. No. That is kumkum from the Devi's temple. So before they give you something, nice thing, they will first spoil it and then give you. So that red spot is the impurity because it is other than the cloth. So wherever there is a sense of otherness and wherever because of the otherness there is a sense of limitation, that means Dvaita. So Jnana Tapasa Putaha, that means those who have transcended the impurity of duality, Jnana Tapasa Putaha, Param Shuddhim Gataha Santaha, Madbhavam, Ishvara Bhavam, Moksham Agataha Samanupraptaha. They alone have attained Madbhavam, Ishvara Bhavam, Moksham. Now see, moksha is not a place. Or liberation is not as if you were, tied down somewhere. No. It is only the experience of your own understanding about yourself. So, Madbhavam Agataha, Ishvara Bhavam Moksham Samanupraptaha. How is the Ishvara? Ishvara is the creator, the sustainer, the destroyer of this world. And yet, he is not influenced by any one of them, and therefore he is Ishvara. So also such people. So here the whole scheme of spiritual practice is given. Now see how it is. I will again explain you. Try to develop this faculty. When you read these things, try to connect it. How it clearly opens up the whole wonder. First, Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha. Raga, Krodha and Bhaya. Raga is attachment, desire. Krodha is when the desires are not fulfilled. Whatever happens is the anger. And the sense of otherness creates fear. Whether I will get it or not, or whatever I have, will it be lost? Now all these three things, desire, anger and fear, are possible only when there is an experience of otherness. So Vitaraga Bhaya Krodhaha, the cause of this is the sense of otherness. So those who are free from the sense of otherness. And if there is no sense of otherness, is it a sense of nothingness? No. Manmaya. See? Brahmavidaha. Because in the total absence also there is no sense of otherness. This is not the total absence we are talking about. We are talking about the total absence of otherness. And therefore, Manmaya, Brahmavidaha, Ishvara, Abheda Darshinaha. Three words. So, it is something like this, For a father, when he is giving something to his children, the children may feel something is given to him, not to me, etc. But for the father, he is giving to himself only in three forms. So from the father's point of view, the three children are not different, the one and the same. But from the child's point of view, they are different. And therefore, Ishvara Abheda Darshinaha, those who are abiding in the absolute, for them, relativity is imaginary. It has no value whatsoever. But those who are firmly abiding in the relativity, for them, the Ishvara, the God, is other place, and he is not happy with me, and therefore he is giving me troubles, and all kinds of things begin. So first spiritual practice will be, we have to give up the sense of otherness and limitation. Second thing, Ishvara Abheda Darshinaha. Insist that nothing in this world is ever able to influence us. Therefore, no desire, therefore no anger, no fear. And then, what is the support? Support is Manmayaha, because now we are the infinite reality. So, Kevala Jnana Nishtha Ityartaha. Then, how do we attain this? Jnana Tapasa Putaha. Those who are purified by the tapasya, by the fire of knowledge. See, tapa dhatu is used for putting something in fire and purifying. From that only tapa shabda comes. Ghani pratyay. So, tapa, tapasa. Tapas is the word. So, tapasa by the tapasya. Now, what will be the highest tapasya? Highest tapasya will be burning away the impurity to the total. No impurity left. And what is the maximum impurity in all of us? Only the sense of jiva bhava. See? Aham apetakam nija vibhanakam mahadidam tapo ramanavagyam. See? That is called as jnana tapasa putaha. Unless we correct our identity, whatever we may do, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Brada Paripalanam Athavadanam, there is no end to that. There is no end to that. This time when I went to that place, Pipariya, so Swamiji, on what you are going to talk? I said, I don't know. So they have put something there. Pravachan by Swamiji. Normally people have topics. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, Ramayana. And we started. On the third day, I went to somebody's house for dinner. He said, Swamiji, you are telling the thing so beautiful. Only people have one doubt. Actually, that was his doubt, but people have one doubt. I said, why worry about people? As long as you are clear, very good. No, actually it's my doubt. I said, now you ask. His doubt is, Swamiji, you are talking on what that we don't know. Normally, what happens? We will have Bhagavad Katha, then this settle, Bhagavan Krishna is born, and then Vasudevji carries him in a katori, and then this thing is very easy, goes on. You understand, some topic is going. Or Ramayana Katha is there, Kaikeyi comes suddenly from somewhere, and she tells this Dashrath Maharaj, very good, Ramayana, very good. But here what I spoke was, I said, one person asked me that day, Swamiji, when we will be getting moksha? So I spoke there. I said, now I'll tell you the topic that I am talking about. Is मैं से मुक्ति या मैं को मुक्ति? Liberation from I or liberation to I? We have been conducting so many things here. There are in last few years 18 yajnas. And we used to have a lot of, samagri, and then the mantras will be chanted and all that, and do this, do that, and so much. And we thought there will be something, and they have made all readiness. So various Swamiji will make a hole, and we will have the fire and start burning. But none of that type, we are getting confused. See? Jnana tapasa puta. The problem is only this. Now see, come back to Bhagavad Gita first chapter. The problem with Arjuna was about his identity. It's the only problem we all have. If you catch this point, identity crisis. When I consider myself to be body, lifestyle is different. When I consider myself to be the jiva, lifestyle is different. When I consider myself to be Parabrahma, Paramatma, lifestyle is different. And all these three things are only to be imagined. See the beauty. We only imagine that we are body, is it not? It cannot be proved by the strength of logic or experience, or by the authority of the scriptures. Similarly, we are jiva, that is also the same thing. So if we have to imagine, why not imagine that we are Parabrahma, Paramatma? See? Like if you have to give somebody only in a play, the children play, house, there they give something. Mummy is giving tea. So that small baby tells her brother, who is the husband. So mummy is giving tea and she gives nothing. Only take. And he also takes like that. So one child said, if you have to give only imagination, why don't you say, mummy is giving rasagulla and rabdi? Only imagination. See? So why not we start with that? Bhava jnana tapasa putaha. That is what is meant here. Because this is all only in bhavana, nothing else. And when this bhavana becomes stronger and stronger, see, this is how the ego develops. We keep on repeating our past. And we keep on repeating it so much that it becomes real. See? That's why if you remember, I am again and again insisting for all of you, don't talk about your past and don't ask anybody about their past. There is no need. Otherwise what happens, our total past life is appearing as if it was real. And once you catch this, it's only a question of just a click, that's it. It's not big deal. This is what is called as jnana tapasa puta. So jnanam evacha paramatma vishayam tapaha. So knowledge with respect to the reality alone is the highest purifying factor. So tena tapasa jnana tapasa puta param shuddhim gataha santaha. You have become absolutely pure. So madbhavam agataha, moksham agataha. They have attained liberation. Now, itara tapo nirapeksha jnana nishtha iti asya lingam jnana tapasa iti visheshanam. See, the greatness of this path of knowledge or purification through knowledge is there is no dependence on anything. No dependence. One day, who was talking, telling me, Swamiji, what is the difference between the mad people and the normal people? I said, you are mad, I am normal. Okay, I agreed. Now tell me how it is. I said, who are the mad people? They themselves go on talking, imagining that somebody is listening. Is it not? Those who are talking loudly, so we don't know to whom they are talking, but they go on imagining, I'll show you, and go on talking non-stop. So they are called as mad. And those who talk but not loudly, in the mind, we are all of that category. Constantly non-stop talking, you observe this, you don't have to see the TV. Goes on. Now, the third category, those who go on talking to God. Krishna, Krishna, when you will come and go? She gets fed up, Baba, aa gaya. There. So this is all in mind, please remember. And such people who are over emotional bhavana pradhan, they get carried away by this. Therefore, ultimate is this recognition of the self. Therefore, itara tapo nirapeksha jnana nishtha iti asya lingam jnana tapasa iti visheshanam. That is why this is specially mentioned, that this person who, those people rather, not one, bahavaha, those who have attained oneness with me, liberation, moksha, are those who are practicing independent of anything outside. See? Including the mind. You know, normally by sannyas, what is mistaken is give up the life and lead a life of a recluse. Totally, no interest in life. But what they are doing is a big damage to themselves. What is to be given up is the mind, not the life. See? What right we have got to give up the body? We are not created. What right we have got to torture the body? It is not our property. Body falls in the purview of the Lord. See? And what is the mind? Consciousness expressing through the body is called as mind. So mind is like the light in the tube light, which appears and goes, appears and goes. So at least the gross body has got some solidness. Mind even doesn't have that. Therefore, the real sannyasa is giving up this mind. And when you give up this mind, then you are one with the reality. Is it not? When we see something, a flower, so the flower is God's creation, eyes are God's creation, the body is God's creation. Where is the question of sin or merit in this? This is life. But when the mind starts playing the tricks, the flower is good, it must be plucked. It will look better on my head rather than on the plant. So I go and pluck it up. So this is how the samsara begins. Therefore, itara tapo nirapeksha jnana nishtha iti asya lingam visheshena jnana tapasa iti uchyate. Now, evam tarri ragadveshaustaha. That means then you are having biasness. What is biasness? Only those who are purified through knowledge, they alone attain, not anybody else. Evam tarri ragadveshaustaha. Yena केभ्यश्चित् एव आत्मभावं प्रयच्छसि न सर्वेभ्यः iti. And because of this biasness, only to some people you will attain, you will give the oneness with the self, moksha, atmabhavam prayachasi, na sarvebhyaha, and not to all. Why do you do like this? Why don't you give liberation to everybody? Now Bhagavan says, ye yatha mam prapadyante तांस तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः. ये यथा येन प्रकारेण येन प्रयोजनेन यत् फलार्थी तया माम प्रपद्यन्ते तान् तथा एव तत्फलदानेन भजामि अनुगृह्णामि आमिति एतत् तेषां मोक्षं प्रति अनर्थित्वात्. So those who approach me for whatever purpose, that I give them. See how clear it is. येन प्रकारेण येन प्रयोजनेन यत् फलार्थितया. When you go to the temple and say, "Oh Lord, my daughter is not getting married, please," so Bhagavan says, "Okay, I'll send some fool, don't worry." Because they are phalarthi. They have come with a desire. And therefore, tas tathaiva bhajamyaham, I fulfill their desires. This is very beautifully stated by Bhagavad Shankara here. What is that? Nahi ekasya mumukshutvam phalarthitvam cha yugapat sambhavati. For the same person simultaneously, there is no possibility of desires of the world as well as liberation from the world. It is not possible. So, ataha, and therefore, je phalarthinaha tan phalapradanena bhajami. So those who are desirous of some things in this world, I bless them, I shower my grace on them, and their desires are fulfilled. See? There is one person, I went to him with somebody, and that buddy was having some problem. So he said, "Okay, you do this japa, your problem is solved." Then that person asked, "Can our Swamiji also do this japa?" So that Mahatmaji was laughing. He said, because he has come with you, don't compare yourself with him. You have got 101 desires of this world. And therefore, this mantra, even if he chants, he will get nothing, because he doesn't want anything. See the beauty. So, ye yatha mam prapadyante. If we are approaching the Lord for the fulfillment of the desires, then alone he will fulfill, not otherwise. So, ataha ye phalarthinaha tan phalapradanena bhajami anugruhnami. Then second, ye yathokta karinaha thu aphalarthinaha mumukshavaha cha tan jnana pradanena. Second category, those who are yathokta karinaha, those who are leading their life according to the scriptural injunctions, yathokta karinaha, yatha ukta karinaha. That means those who are leading their life in a very shastriya manner, in a proper manner, and aphalarthinaha, and they don't have any expectation from anybody in this world. And mumukshavaha, and they are the seekers of the truth. For them, jnana pradanena aham bhajami, to them I give the knowledge. Now the third. Ye jnaninaha sannyasinaha mumukshavaha cha tan moksha pradanena. and those who are already knowing the having the knowledge, and those who have renounced the world completely, mumukshavahacha, and those who are having intense longing to discover the truth, to them moksha pradanena, I give myself to them. They discover the oneness with me because I am the moksha. So moksha pradanena. Tatha, similarly, artan arti haranena, and those who are the miserable fellows, for them by removing their miseries. Evam yatha prapadyante ye tan tatha eva bhajami. In this manner, those who approach me for whatever reason, that reason alone I fulfill them. Therefore, it is not that I don't want to give liberation to everybody. See? Now take this whole thing with our day-to-day life. How many times we have gone to the temple or the Lord or Mahatmas and we have asked for liberation? Even what is the liberation that we don't do, we simply go there. I don't know what to say now. Swamiji, when I go to the Kali temple, always I remember Om Gam Gadapataye Namaha, what I should do. Other thing doesn't come in my mouth. What I should do? I said, don't worry. Her son only. She will understand. There is nothing to worry about. Therefore, whenever we are wanting the truth and nothing else, you will get it. But our mind is so much lost here and there. Remember yesterday's Ramakrishna's prasanga we have seen, that when the mother sees the child is happily playing with the toys, so let it be busy. Who wants a nuisance around? So, tan tathaiva bhajamyaham. Now, na punaha ragadvesha nimittam moha nimittam va kanchit bhajami. And therefore, I don't bless or help anybody born out of my personal likes and dislikes. It is something like you go to a big shop, a mall, and after having gone there, some people go and buy the toys, the other go and eat, the third go and buy some electronic gadgets, the fourth one go only to spend time. So, ye yatha mam prapadyante. As they approach me, so I deal with them. It's not that I have got any personal likes and dislikes. Now, mama vartmanu mardante manusha partha sarvashaha. Sarvatha api sarva avasthasya mama ishwarasya vartma margam anuvartante manushaha. So, sarvatha api sarva avasthasya. Hey Partha, hey Arjun, sarva avasthasya means under every condition. Avastha is a condition, situation. Because I am available under every situation. If somebody wants money, I am in the money. If somebody wants removal of the miseries, I can do that. If somebody wants knowledge, I can give that. If somebody wants liberation, I can give that. Because I am everywhere. Therefore, sarva avasthasya mama ishwarasya vartma margam. So everybody is in short, is seeking me and me alone. Therefore, I am the one which is sought after by everybody. It is something like this, to understand this point. People go to the hotel and one person goes and asks for idli sambar. The other one goes and asks for the chole bhature. The third one goes and asks for the rasgulla and shondesh. The fourth one goes and asks for the lassi and peda. Now all of them are asking so many different things. But what is the ultimate? All of them are doing satiation of hunger. In the same manner, whatever people are seeking, they are seeking me alone. Because I am sarva avasthasya mama ishwarasya. Because I am everywhere. that absolute alone is sought, where there is no sense of limitation, where there is fulfillment, where there is oneness. So, jat phalarthitaya yasmin karmani adhikrita ye prapadyante te manushyaha uchyante he partha sarvashaha sarva prakaraihi. Now, manushya partha sarvashaha. Who are the manushya? Human beings. Now, human beings are defined here. Yat phalarthitaya yasmin karmani adhikritaha. Those who are desirers of their actions, phalarthitaya yasmin karmani adhikritaha, and those who are qualified for doing that type of karma, ye prayatante te manushyaha. So those who are qualified for karma, and according to that karma they will get the results of their desirable karma, and they are called as the manushya. Meaning, it is for the human beings alone. There is an adhikar for karma. Nobody else can do karma. And it is through karma alone the things are achieved. Whichever way you want, whether you want to make your life or mar your life. Therefore, it is only for the human beings alone there is karma adhikar. Because there are three yonis basically. One is the urdhvam gachanti sattvasthaha, second is the madhye tishtanti rajasaha, and third jaganya gunavrittistaha adho gachanti tamasaha. Three types. So the sattvic and the tamasic, they fall in the purview of the bhoga yonis. So those who go to the heavens, do you think they will do meditation there? When somebody goes, the other day I went to Sun City in South Africa. And when we went to that city and all that, do you think when somebody will go to Sun City and in the midst of that casino all around sit in meditation? No. Everybody is there like a mad rush, putting the money, how much I get, how much I get. Similarly, those who are in the higher births, they are bhogis. And similarly, those who are in the lower births, animals, etc., they are also bhogis. So it is only the human beings, they alone are karmani adhikritaha. And that is why in this human birth, all the people are putting all kinds of efforts to fulfill their desires, either for the worldly things, or for the enjoyment, or for the other worlds, or for the liberation. These are the four purushartha. So the whole thing is what? Those who are seeking the wealth, artha purushartha. Those who are seeking the enjoyment, kama purushartha. Those who are seeking the dharma, dharma purushartha. And those who are seeking moksha, the param purushartha. So all of them are ultimately seeking me alone. And this purushartha classification is not for the animals or the gods. It is only for the human beings. Now again a question is raised. यदि तव ईश्वरस्य रागदोष अभाव रागादि दोषाभावात् सर्वप्राणिषु अनुजिघृक्षायां तुल्यायां सर्वफल प्रदान समर्थे च त्वयि सति वासुदेवः सर्वमिति ज्ञानेन एव मोक्षवः सन्तः कस्मात् त्वाम् एव न सर्व प्रपद्यन्ते प्रतिपद्यन्ते इति शृणु तत्र कारणम्. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, if you are the Ishvara and ragadi dosha abhavan, and you have no biasness against anybody, sarva pranishu anijgrukshayam tulyayam, and you are similar, same to all the people as regard your grace is concerned, and sarva phala pradana samarthe api, and you are capable of blessing everything, whatever the people want, because you are capable. So twayi sati, although you are being so like this, and therefore Vasudevaha sarvam iti jnanena, and by this knowledge that Vasudeva is everything, eva mumukshavaha santaha, and everybody is ultimately seeking you, Vasudeva alone, this being so, kasmat tvam eva na sarvam pratipadyante, then why everybody doesn't seek you? Because you said, mama vartmanu vartante manushya patha sarvashaha, then why everybody is not coming to you? They are going to different places. Tatra karanam shrunu. Listen, what is the reason? Kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha kshipram himanushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. कांक्षन्तः अभिप्सन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं फल निष्पत्तिं प्रार्थयन्तः यजन्तः इह अस्मिन् लोके देवता इंद्राग्न्याद्याः. So what will be the prose order? Karmanam siddhim kangshantaha. So kangshantaha is the noun, plural. Those who are the desirers of the fulfillment of the karma, what they do? Iha devataha yajante. They propitiate the various gods like Indra Devata, Varuna Devata, Agni Devata, etc. Why they do like that? Because manushe loke kshipram hi karmaja siddhi bhavati. Because only in the manushya loka the karmaja siddhi, results born out of karma, are kshipram, very quick, and everybody wants quick results. And therefore people feel, if I do this thing, I will get this thing, and then they are running after that. But when you take the path of knowledge, then you have to first of all give up everything. All activities have to be given up. And then the question, okay, I understood now. Now tell me what I have to do. One feels so sorry about oneself. The other day in Bombay, after my talk, I think it was 14th chapter, was over. One elderly man, very sincerely, he came. He said, Swamiji, really, you are really clearing all our doubts. We are so happy. We are so fortunate. All that Amul treatment was over, and then, now can you please tell me now what sadhana we should do? Now, after having heard whole Ramayana, then you ask, but how come there was no mention of Krishna and Bhagavad Gita in Ramayana? Now what can you do to such a person? Like one person told me, a Lion Club. He was mentioning Bhagavad Gita as Mana eva manushanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. I have learned from Swamiji, Bhagavad Gita. And this is what Swamiji taught us. I have never seen him before. Lions Club, they always do like that. And after all that was over, when we were having a cup of tea, then I asked, I said, excuse me, which edition of Bhagavad Gita you have? Because in my Bhagavad Gita, I have never seen this verse, Mana eva manushanam. It is not in Bhagavad Gita? No. Oh, I thought every verse is only in Bhagavad Gita. Now see the wisdom to what extent it can go. He was having this understanding, any shlok means Bhagavad Gita. And they become the presidents and the governors. So, kangshantaha abhipsantaha, desiring, karmanam siddhi, phala nishpanti prarthayantaha. So those who are desiring the fulfillment of their karma by getting the karma phala, iha asmin loke devataha yajante. They propitiate various gods. Which are those? Indra, Agni, etc. Now who are they? See, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is quoted. Yaha atha yaha anyam devatam upaste anyaha asau anyaha aham asmi iti na sa veda yatha pashuhu eva sa devanam iti shrutehe. Those who are doing the propitiation, those who are invoking the various gods, and how they invoke that I, the propitiator, and the God who is being propitiated, they are other from each other. So, he Devata upaste anyaha asau, anyaha aham asmi. So the God whom I am propitiating, he is other than me, and I am other than him. In this way, na sa veda, he doesn't know anything. Yatha pashuhu eva devanam saha. Then what will happen? He will become a slave to those gods. Now again, bring the three-tier meaning. Three-tier meaning is what? The Adi Daivik, Bhautik and Adhyatmik. Now for example, Adi Daivik. Adi Daivik meaning is what? We propitiate the various gods, and then we get the blessing from those Adi Daivik Shaktis. This is how Kunti was blessed with the 6 Pandavas. Isn't this? So various gods were propitiated through the mantra, and Karna, Yudhishthir and everybody was born. Now the second one, Adi Bhautik. So Adi Bhautik is what? There is lot of cold outside, but you can put on warm clothes and then you are protected from them. Now the third, Adhyatmik. What is Adhyatmik? In your rasana tongue, Varuna Devata is seated, and you are very much fond of eating tasty food. So you propitiate the God. Unless this is there, how can I eat food? Unless that is there, how can I eat food? And as a result, we are propitiating the God, and thereby we become the slave of those gods. This is what is meant here. See? So, asayo anyam devatam upaste, anyaha asau anyaham asmi, nasaveda yatha pashu eva devanam. What will happen to them? Their whole life will be spent only in this. If you want to see this, go in the so-called overdeveloped countries and see. They have nothing else to do, only changing the houses or changing the curtains or going for shopping and what is on sale and what is cheaply available, and then for no reason, because nothing to do. That alone becomes the whole life. So, Kangshantam karmanam siddhi jajanta iha devataha, and then they become the slave of those gods whom they have propitiated. Tesham hi bhinna devata yajinam phala kangshinam kshipram shigram hi yasmat manushi loke manushya loke hi shastradhikaraha. And to such bhinna devata yajinam phala kangshinam, so those who consider that the various gods and divine powers are other than me, and I am a miserable individual, and therefore in this manushya loke, in this human life alone, where there is a shastra adhikar, there is the authority given to do various kinds of karma. So in this human form only one is able to achieve something through karma, not in the bhoga yoni like devata yoni or the other thing. Now here Bhagavan says, Kshipram hi manushiya loke iti visheshanad anneshu api karma siddhim darshayati Bhagavan. See what I said just now, exactly opposite. By the word Kshipram hi, by this word Kshipram hi manushiya loke, what Bhagavan says, iti visheshanad anneshu api karma siddhi phalam, karma phala siddhim darshayati Bhagavan. So in the other yonis also there is karma phala siddhi. Now how this is, we must understand. Our birth is the result of the prarabdha karma for the jiva. Now when we are born in the lower yonis like the tiryak yoni, the animals etc., then whatever life we are leading or going through is nothing but the result of our earlier karma. So when we go through that animal form or whatever form, or even the God forms, what we do is exhaust, work out all those karma phalas. And when we thus balance our karma phalas to a great extent, then we come to the center, the human form, and then here we have got a special choice, because only in the human form alone there is the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or the Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. In other yonis it is not. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Manushe loke varnashramadi dharma karmadhikaraha iti visheshaha. Then what is the greatness in the human form? It is in this human form alone that varna ashrama adi karma adhikaraha. There is authority for the human beings to live their life according to varna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and ashrama, brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. Tesham varnashramadi adhikarinam adhikari karmanam phala siddhi kshipram bhavati karmaja karmanaha jata. So, those who are thus living their life according to varnashrama, for them karmaja siddhi, the result of their karma is very, very fast. Means what? It is something like this. If you are naturally inclined for studies, for such a person, study of the scriptures, etc., is very easy and yielding good results. Otherwise, there is one boy here who is now sitting in that shop, study booth. That boy, poor fellow, he doesn't have interest in study at all, because he doesn't have the upper story. What can he do? Manufactures defeat. But when others are going in college and they are so bright and they are coming in married, why not you? Arey? Because everybody is standing on two legs, they are not intelligent people. You can have reservation in anywhere, not in intelligence. It has to be inherited. It did not come just like that. So, when we thus lead our life according to Varna and the Ashram, our results are quick. And therefore, Karmaja Siddhi, the Karmana Jata Siddhi, Kshipram Bhavati is very, very fast. Now what is that? Manushe eva loke varnashramadika karma adhikaraha na anneshu lokeshu iti niyamaha kinnimittam iti. So, why and how come that this varna ashrama adhikaraha, karma adhikaraha, the classification on the foundation of the four classes, varna means the description, varnanat varnaha, where you describe something is called as varna. The translation of the varna as caste is a wrong translation, jati. They say jatiyavad, that jati is referring to the form. Jati means a form. So there is Manushya Jati, there is Pashu Jati, there is Pakshi Jati, there is a Vanaspati Jati. So this Jati Bheda is a wrong term used to indicate the Varna Bheda. So, Varnashramadi karma adhikaraha na anneshu lokeshu iti namaha kinnimittaha iti. Why this kind of peculiar niyam? That only among the human beings only there is a classification on the basis of this. Athva, or another way of looking at it, Varnashramadi pravibhaga upeta manushyaha mama vartma anuvartante sarvashaha iti yuktam. Kasmat punaha karanat niyamena tava eva vartma anuvartante na anyasya iti uchyate. Or those who are following the lifestyle according to the Varna ashrama, such people alone are following me and none else. On what basis you say this? How do you say that they are not following other gods and they are following only you? Kindly tell. In reply to this, Bhagavan says in the 13th verse, चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टम् गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि माम् विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्. See, here this point has to be very systematically understood. This is a very important topic. Now, the two ways this verse is connected. The first way is, how come that the classification of human beings alone is on the basis of Varna and Ashram? One question, that is answered here. Second is, how come only those who are following the Varnashrama, they are approaching you alone and they are not approaching the other gods? How do you know about it? Because when you say, Mama Vartmanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvasha, so you are taking it for granted or what? Maybe somebody is doing Chaturvarne, all that thing, to propitiate some god and get something out of it. How it is, what it is, this is explained in this 13th verse that we'll take in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.